Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They've got all W's on the ledger so far. A perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction, because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
And that nearly an interception here on its opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Now it's Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They're such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Right, Eddie. Close.
They'll start on the ground with Spears.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the pawn assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a 1-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. And I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go, because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
From midfield now, Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
1st and 10 at the
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop. Right 80. Turbo shot. Stop.
Play action. It's Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Here we go. Big 13. Big 13. Stop.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Gun. Stop. Right 80. Stop.
Now Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
Here we go.
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Stop.
Now it's Burrow. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
McPherson on for the field goal. A 43-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
But ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Now again, a run with Gainwell. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now this defense for the Bengals, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Rodgers now to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Mike Hilton, always dangerous on the corner blitz, and he gets the sack.
And that's the first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. They overload that time of the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
How about that? Well, the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's putting together a very strong first half of the season. Currently the NFL's leader in touchdown passes. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go. 11 empty, 11 empty.
Right back to Brown. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
You look at this Steeler defense.
It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And this is one of those something's got to give games. You got the number 1 passing team in the NFL against the number 1 defense against the pass. A lot of times, the battle's in the trenches. We know that. We see it all the time. But this one, this game's going to be won on the outside.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got him incomplete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He will find his man Chase complete.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
7 more yards. That's another Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Can.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
They'll set up the screen for Spears.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Let's get set. 180.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180. 180.
Now it's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase,
His 9th touchdown of the season.
and the Bengals are able to extend their lead. Well, that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Getting thrown like it was past interference, padlock around the building, crack pulling up in no mark truck just to play freeze tag with a bone to kick like it was sea bass. So when I made it out, I made about 50K from the show, trying to show the ropes before they from a. I'm prophetic, they only talk about it, how I get it. Only good for saving face, seeing the cosmetics. How many hands I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Looking to put a drive together.
Starting things out with a give to Gainwell.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Short throw to Smith. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
It's a jet sweep, the football to Woods. Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35.
Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's Corliss Waitman now,
as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Here's Jones on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together.
Gun. Got. Hey, can. 11 empty. Got.
Now Spears to begin the drive.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
2nd down and 3.
Here we go. 180.
Here's Burrow. This will complete to Yoshibas.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Here we go. 180. 11 Thomas.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
The tackle by Cole Holcomb. The Bengals at 6-0. What a start to the season for them. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
The Spears with another carry.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And the Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. They've got it with a 1st and 10.
On 2, ready? Here we go, here we go. 180. Wait, hot. Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180. What is hot?
They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Can. Start. 180. What is hot? Start.
Burrow looking to pass.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Gun. Start. 180. What is hot?
Now Burrow changing things up here. Out of the gun to give to Spears. Credit the tackle to Juan Thornhill.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Here we go. 180. What is hot? Start.
Burrow will throw.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
The things will be lacking, my brother, so what are we lacking? I can point it down, so much that's around, but that's out of down. No one doing that, though they send the hounds, bite me in that. Put me in the ground, turn me into ash, bunch of carry down. From those who came up and wanted me.
Here we go. Big 13. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. Start.
They'll give this out the middle to Brown. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's in. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
On 1, ready?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. 180. Start.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far.
Here we go.
They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
180. Start.
They'll set up a throw.
Oh, ill-advised throw there, and it's intercepted.
Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself now just so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And the Steelers first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
13 yards. First down, Steelers.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 5. And they'll stay on the ground with Gainwell again.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
On the counter, it's Gainwell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
To throw is Rodgers.
That's to his running back, Gainwell.
Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Oh, able to avoid him.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And now out come the Steelers. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 4.
Slot man moves right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass. You don't often see a cornerback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers.
That is caught.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Jamar Stewart
racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Now Rodgers. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. A good kick. 48 yards, 4 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive.
On one, ready?
From the 33, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Let's get set. Can't stop.
Hand off to Spears. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far.
Here we go.
This time it's 3rd and 3.
Right 80. Right 80. Stop.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
A gain of 4 yards. That's good for a Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
11 mighty. 11 mighty. Stop.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot, maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Gun. Stop. Right 80. Right shot. Stop.
Now Burrow.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase.
Gain of 11 brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Right 80. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's good.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Open man is Yoshivas.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Right 80. Turbo hot. Stop.
They'll look to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Here we go. Wide 80. Legs hot.
To the air again, Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when you're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Now 2nd and 5.
What's this say?
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Bengals first down.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD.
Jamar Chase
As the first half is winding down.
and the Bengals take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. McPherson now for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Makes the score.
So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before half for Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. A final shot before break. Rodgers He's going to air it out deep for Woods. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here. The score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown set to take over once more. And he's run well here the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend. The Bengals drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
That's good for the Cincinnati Bengals. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the
34 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hot. 180. What? Hot.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on his team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not?
Here we go, here we go.
Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, can. Stop.
And Burrow going to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop. 180. Stop.
Now here's a give to Spears.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Great stop by Darius Slay to back up the offense.
Carry over from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
180. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass.
They'll set up the screen for Spears.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Big 13. Big.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Can. Stop.
Play action. It's Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
180.
They'll look to throw.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down.
That's another Cincinnati Bengals. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key 1st down.
On 1, right? Let's get set.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hit 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
180.
They'll run with Spears.
They'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving them with a 2nd and 12.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Gun. Got. 180. 180. Got.
They'll set up to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180. 180. Got.
Burrow on play action. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Got. 180. Got.
Burrow now off the bootleg. It's complete to Brown, right side. Touchdown.
Chase Brown, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive, they really increased their cushion. Felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
McPherson on for the point after. And
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. To put a drive together. Here's Rodgers to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Rodgers. Completes it to Austin. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Rodgers.
And he is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down.
And Woods will go in motion right.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
He'll check this one down to Gainwell.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
To throw is Rodgers.
That'll be dumped off to Gainwell. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Here's Jones. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team.
And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Cincinnati. 51 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10.
180.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, second and 10 coming up.
Now Burrow. A quick throw, but incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10.
180. 12. 12. 12.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
Made his first. This now from 42 yards out.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but yeah, I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Got his man, it's Gainwell.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off. But a nice game there for a first down.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Brings up second and a yard at the 23-yard line.
Now Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back in the 32. Shamar Stewart, his second sack of the night.
He's was the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. B.J. Hill able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Robert Woods, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down. I have to admit, I love the excitement of a 2-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last time. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 180. Right up. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go. 180. Right up. Stop.
This is Brown going up the middle. Able to avoid him at the 40. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now it's Burrow. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
180. Right hot. Hot. Stop.
An inside give. Brown trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Stop. 180. 180 shot. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Bengals on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 8.
What is that?
Here's Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Here we go, here we go. 180. 180 shot. Stop.
And now we'll run the Spears.
And a loose football. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
This now a 3rd and 4.
180. 180 shot.
Burrow looking to pass. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. They start the drive here with Gainwell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a 1st down. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
I like how he hung in there and went through his progressions, but eventually his internal clock went off and told him it was time to make a run for it, and he ends up sliding down with a solid gain.
Now it's Rodgers. Takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Bottom line is that he is just something else as a runner because there are not many QBs in this league who can rip off a game that big, and he did it with the defense giving him a little extra attention after he hit him on a run earlier this series.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Cameron Circle able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Looking for the gun. Rodgers. In trouble, and he's taken down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
8 yards. And it's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. There goes a deep ball. End zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they'd converted their first 2 4th down attempts. Not there. Now they're 2 for 3.
You think maybe the offense coordinator expended a little capital on that one? You know, when you're 2 for 2, you can lobby for that 3rd one, right? Didn't get it there. Maybe now the head coach might not be so eager to go for it as we go forward.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now obviously they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
On 1, ready?
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 5.
Gun, gun. Start. Wide 80. Wide shot. Start.
On the handoff, this is Brown. Yeah, this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Wide 80. Wide 80. Wide shot. Start.
Now it's Burrow. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Looking to put a drive together.
Starting things out with a give to Gainwell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rodgers going to throw.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This is Miller, complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. himself for 11 and a first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
Setting up the screen with Gainwell.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
A loss of a yard brings up.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's a screen with Gainwell.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them. Go with this.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
A loss of 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Here we go, here we go. Can. Stop.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for Cincinnati, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, The loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.